welcome to round number 18 of 20 of Season 6 of the Sunoco Elite Series. We're here not at the Greyhound in Italy, as yet another track was not cleared to race this year due to some complications, but we did have a track that was already scheduled to appear next year, and they were on the short list to go, and this is now Hawgenheim Speedpark in Poland. Which has been expected to be a very fun track. It's actually a pretty historic track. It's been around for a long time. It's gone through a lot of changes, like these arches at the start of the track. But nonetheless, it's been one of a lot of people's favorite tracks in Europe. And now we finally get to circle around here ourselves in the Sunoco Elite Series. A few things to talk about today, but on pole position for the second time this year, it's Roger Ray. After getting pole in Nashville, which was a speedway, now he's got a pole at a road course. Roger Ray he's definitely proven himself this year. He's the reigning Royale champion now in what was one of the most eventful events we've had in the series history. And Roger Ray now trying to finish out his year strong, although he's not in the title fight anymore. It's alongside Zachary Fitzwater Sr., who is in his final year, and if any time that he's had a chance to win a race, this is probably the biggest chance he's had. He's starting P2. If he can get a good start, he can get the lead. Could we see Fitzwater back in victory lane for the first time since Season 2? The number 2, that is not Kieran Mulcher, but instead that is Shane Vincent. Kieran Mulcher stepped out of the car for one race time, one or two races. He says his morale is really down. He needs some time to really get back on his feet. Shane Vincent takes the car this week and qualifies in a very impressive third place, as he'll be in this team next year. We'll see what he could do in his one or maybe two starts for the team before he goes full-time next year. Alongside Max Anderson going for a career win number 11, trying to untie on the all-time win list. Anderson, though, could fight for a title, but it's a bit of a long shot. He still has a chance, though. On row 3, you got Vance Caldwell also in his last year. Caldwell only about 4 points in contention. He's pretty much already out because he is not the pole sitter. And Caldwell just going to finish out his goodbye tour. Sadly, not a champion. Alongside Jeffrey Fingai, who is still pretty solidly in the title fight, although he is in the danger zone currently. He's going to need to make a few points on Jackson today, but with his speed he's shown this weekend, it could happen. On row 4, you got Paul Jackson. Speaking of your points leader, Paul Jackson has, if I'm correct, a 74-point lead over Alexander Rowe, and he comes in here today, P7, very strong. He was very happy after qualifying because he's had a bad few qualifyings the last few races. This is a great way to start his race. Alongside Eric Monaco, one of his title fights. Eric Monaco has kind of snuck into the picture here as it's him versus Maverick currently. Eric trying to hold on, trying to keep Maverick from top 3 in this title away. And he's holding strong. He's starting P8. On row 5, you got yet another person in the goodbye tour. This is Dak Jovic. Could have won a title last year, and he's already out of the title fight this year. Jovic, you're 41, man. It's time to hang up the hat, but man, it's been a pretty good career as short as it was in the Sunoco Elite Series. Alongside Scott Roush, who is also trying to fight for a title here this year. Although he has some time to make up if he really wants to get into this title fight. Winning Paris was a start. Let's see if he can continue the momentum here today. Looking back to the field, Alexander Rowe got a terrible qualifying. Third to last. He has a very, very long ways to go. He wants any chance of winning this race. I don't think he can win this race, but he's going to try. He starts way at the rear. The fight between Trailblazer and Shock Allison is heating up as the battle is now tied. Trailblazer and Shock Allison are tied in points. Monarch not too far behind, and Fitzwater could play a dark horse in the battle for the last rank B spot. But this is Hawgenheim. We're about to start. 4 races to go in the Sunoco Elite Series. Here's the command. 3 rounds left in the championship, 4 races left, and it all starts here in Hawgenheim in Poland. Green flag is in the air in Poland. Ray, that was an excellent start, but can you hold on to it? For now, it's Ray, Fitzwater, Vincent, the same way we lined up on the grid, and they'll top 3 as we head into 3. Jackson not in a good spot right now. Jovic in an even worse one. Yeah, there was no way Jovic was going to avoid that. He's way out there and he'll drop through the grid. It's unfortunate for Jovic. But now he has a very, very long ways to go. Eric Monaco trying to make up some spots. But now, Caldwell got the spot on Finguy. The top 4 are very close to each other. Finguy tries to move on Caldwell. That's not going to be the spot you want to make that move. I think Caldwell's too far to make the move on Ray as well. Yeah, way too far. So it's going to be Fitzwater now. Wait, Fitzwater got the lead. Whoa, I didn't even notice that. Fitzwater now. New leader. Do we have an incident? No, we are clean. Thank God. We are clean through lap 1. With too many reruns. But they were not. We're at the end of lap 1 now. Fitzwater, your leader. Leaderboard's up. Fitzwater did have the fastest lap of the first lap, but Caldwell had the second fastest over Finguy and Ray. So Ray not too quick on that first lap. We come down into turn 3 once more. Ray, very solid line. How will you fare against Fitzwater, though, in the snake? Is Fitzwater going to get the good line? Yes, he is, but so is Ray, and so is Finguy. This means Finguy maybe has something to say in retaliation on Caldwell. Same place Caldwell got him last lap, and Finguy into 3rd. Although Ray's career has just begun, Fitzwater's is coming to a close. Finguy's is coming to a close. Caldwell's is coming to a close. 3 people in their goodbye tours are in the top 4, and it's all separated by Ray. Finguy didn't get a good line through there. And look at Ray. He's closer. Was there any incidents? I saw some dust. Nothing. Bartlett under pressure from the 6 car. And it looks like Skylar Johnson's going to drop back a little bit. She's already lost a few spots this lap, and she's going to lose another one to Carlson. She's lost her early race momentum. And this is the chance that Bartlett needs to catch up. Irvine, you got to do something for the team because you can't let Bartlett carry the torch alone. Good battle between Vince Freeze and Pericles through the kink. Into this double right-hander. Bartlett's going to interrupt it. In the grass! Oh, Bartlett, that was risky. Protect your line. He's held up a lot of people, but you just got to protect your line. That could have ended in tragedy, but it didn't. Wide for Fitzwater. Wide for Ray. Finguy. Caldwell. Everyone's running wide. Anderson is able to get a good line. I saw Jackson's got a good line. Can he get Arndt? He could. He's got the nose. Can he get Arndt here? This would be for P9. But he already get P9. He already got P9. He's going for P8. Not going to make the move. Under pressure from Halleck, but he's fine in this section. He might actually have a chance of going back after Arndt here if he can get a good enough run out of this corner. Nope. He'll just stick behind. P9, though. He's looking pretty strong right now. There he goes. We knew the move was going to happen eventually. And Jeffrey Finguy now starting to hunt. Roger Ray. Ray surrounded by big veterans. All been around since season 1. Ray's only been around since season 3. But somehow, I think we have stayed completely clean. There he is. That's the move. Right there. Thin guy. Down the inside. Through the snake. And it's an easy move. Jeffrey Thin Guy now is going to start his hunt after Fitzwater. I think Windhelm had an issue. But I think we are incident-free. We are. There's been no one out of the race just yet. I'm saying just yet because you never know with this track. We've had some pretty fun times this weekend with people almost wrecking during practice, but we've been clean so far. Thin Guy, how good are you going to be at hunting down that 59? It's 2 6-season veterans. And a third one, not far back, a fourth, a fifth one, a sixth one, seventh, eighth. In the top 9, there are 8 6-time veterans, and only one that isn't, and that's that 08 car. Ray is very much outmatched on experience. There was a wreck, and it was Windhelm. So here's what would happen to Hans Windhelm as he'd be coming in battling for 25th. And he'd clip Jovic and send himself around. Jovic, you alright? Jovic alright? Yep, he's good. He saved the car. And that's how Windhelm would go around and pretty much ruin his day. Bad luck. 2 scary incidents, one after another, would occur as Bartlett would be coming in the corner, and this is not what Trailblazer wanted. He would go on his roof, but Stukel would go for one hell of a ride on a roof, clipped by Iran, but would somehow drive away. She is obviously okay if she's driving that car. A lot of fear in that incident, and Bartlett out of the race. Trailblazer in shambles right now. Here's the thing. Thundersport is also fighting to try and become a 4th rank 18, try to restore us back to 4 rank 18s. And right now, with 2 of their drivers in the top 10, it's looking possible that they could pull it off. They could go into rank A next year. If they can keep up the pace they've had in the International Tour. Caldwell trying to get into a top 3 for the team. Alec makes the move on Jackson now as he's up into P9. And that is a log into P10. 3 Thundersports in the top 10. And with Roush Racing struggling, a possibility of a Thundersport going to rank A. It's there. It's possible. The Ford Alliance continues to fall apart here in Poland, as that would be Connor Monaco clipping the 60. He'd go around and just get clipped by Curtis. Jovic's car would not start back up. Curtis's would, but its engine is blown, and the Ford Alliance right now is in complete shambles. Not what they wanted. Bad luck for Monarch, bad luck for Scott Ganassi, and the entire Ford Alliance is going to have some work to do. But look at Fitzwater go. He is just pulling great lines lap after lap. Thin Guy makes a mistake. Ray now in a good position. Can Thin Guy save the line? Yes, he can. Once you get on this curb right here, that's when your line gets really bad. Like Lorenz right there. And that'll lead Jackson very close. You don't want to get on that curb. That is a terrible place to be. Johnson, like that, loses 2 spots. Ford Alliance trying to make up some time. This next lap will be the pit delta, where you can pit for an undercut and make it to the end. Lap 11 is the undercut range if you want to really undercut it. But a 1-step is possible from lap 11 onwards. So now the question pops in everyone's head. Who takes the risk? Anderson, still one of the fastest guys on track, but Caldwell is now your fastest guy. The first guy in the sub 132s, but he would be quickly joined by John Arndt. Fitzwater finally makes a mistake, and now Thin Guy's not going to make the same mistake. And there it is, the move for third. That is Vance Caldwell. Thundersport has got to be giddy right now because they have 3 members in the top 10, now 1 on a podium. But now 4 10th gain for Jeffrey Finguy. He's trying to get back on the hunt. Just keep up this pace before pit stops. Did anyone dive? Did anyone take that risk? No. We are under pit delta, but no one's risking it just yet. Not yet. Here we go, into Snake. Another mistake from Fitzwater, and it's actually a mistake from Finguy as well. Bowers is the only one. Nope, aren't as well. No mistakes out of them. That's just gaining time for them. But nothing gained for Finguy, nothing lost. The gap is still 2.5 seconds. He'll need a good pit stop. That's what he needs now. A good, solid pit stop is what he needs. Which we're at that point where you are allowed to pit now to make it to the end. Pit Delta is open. We expect the Pit Delta to be open till about lap 14 is when everyone should be cycled through. But when will the first person make their dive? Fitzwater, staying confident. Finguy, staying confident. No one's making the call. Not yet. Oh! Oh, Jackson! Oh, my God. Oh, don't do that. He's up in the 10th. He'll still get the nose on Halleck. But with the momentum he lost with that touch, I don't think he's going to get the spot on him. No. They stay out. Again, Pit Delta has been met. No one's talking undercuts. Because the reason no one's calling an undercut is because it has been predicted through research and practice that everyone believes that the overcut is better. So I think everyone's just waiting for that first person to say, all right, let's make the move. And then everyone will follow. Now we wait. Bowers, fastest lap of the race. He's P5. He's on the move. 2 Fitzwater cars in the top 5. That's incredible. Bowers has really showed that he wants to be back on the pace we all know him for. He was in a very big slump at the beginning of the year, but in this international tour, he seems to be turning it around. And now he's hunting the 08. This would be P4. Then P3 on Caldwell, P2 on Finguy, and if he can go after Fitzwater, that would be a miracle. Finguy slightly faster last time around. We expect a pit stop to be made this time. We're on lap 14. It's happening this time. This is where we expect people to pit. Fitzwater makes the call. There it is. That's the call. Who's going to overcut? If anyone. Or is everyone just going to make the call to join Fitzwater here? No one's staying out. I'm surprised about it. But not a soul stayed out. Everyone is in. Before things get spicy. 4 tires and fuel is the call. There he goes. That's Fitzwater out of pit lane. Finguy will follow suit. Caldwell will follow suit. Bowers jumps right in the pits. Oh my God, Bowers is on a rampage. After pulling one of his faster laps of the race, Skylar Johnson go up the track, clip Brock, and that fastest lap out of Brock would go to waste as the car would blow up, and that would be day for William Brock. We expected pit stops, but we didn't. We expected some varying strategy, but we didn't get it. Everyone came in at the exact same time. It's odd. Although it's not a bad call. It might not be a bad call. Maverick is really starting to make a comeback. They're getting there. Although Rowe, or Shock Allison having one of their drivers down a bit. But they have Griffin way up in 17th. They're still saving the team. Getting the team into a rank B position. And now, we all wonder, how will the second run go? It seemed that Fitzwater Australia was the general fastest guys on the first stint. Is that going to change? With this new set of tires, some more fuel, everyone can go to the end now. As long as there's not, contact, then they can't make it to the end, but 139, it was a better in and out lap for Fitzwater. It's now 4.5 seconds. He's going to need to make some serious time, and with the laps left, I don't see it happening. There's 9 laps to go. And Fitzwater, I think Fitzwater is going to run away with this. Could it finally be the day? Fitzwater running good lines. He's very happy. And Finn Guy continues to make mistakes. I can't believe what I'm looking at, but we may have a Fitzwater Australia double podium for the first time in years. Bowers for third. How long has it been since a Fitzwater Australia double podium? It's been years. We have not seen this team perform well like this as a team in years. Literally years. And it's actually happening. Could they top 2? Are we about to see a Fitzwater Australia top 2? He started 13th. He's fought through. And now he's in 3rd. Oh boy. Roger Ray would be coming into the snake, and Anderson would clip him, send him into the wall. The car would immediately shut down. And unfortunately, Roger Ray's day would end, but we're also looking for the 79 car as he would be coming through the snake. Freeze would get a little too close, and around they would go into the grass. Downey in the wall. They'd save the car. How did he blow up? Like that. A little bit more contact was all he needed, and he'd be up in smoke. And that would be day for Gatlin Downey. Vince Freeze loses a lot of time on track. Bad luck for Gatlin Downey. Freeze may have to answer for that. Anderson will probably have to answer for that. And now, Finn Guy makes a mistake. I can't believe it's happening. Here he goes. Top 2, Fitzwater Australia. Bowers to 2nd. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. I can't believe we are witnessing a Fitzwater Australia 1-2 in the making. How long has it been since we've seen this team in this form? It's been a long time. It's been a very long time, and I can't believe it, but they're actually doing it. I can't believe it. But Fitzwater Australia is on an absolute tear right now. Even Freeze in 20th is impressive for a rank C car. But the fact that both of his teammates are top 2 right now is stunning. That's the word I'm looking for. It's stunning how they're able to be this far up. Fitzwater. He's got to know who's behind him now. His crew chief's got to be telling him what's happening. 6 laps to go for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. His goodbye tour could end with a win. His first win in what? 4 years? It's been 4 years since we've seen Fitzwater on top of the podium. And this might be the day. Bowers isn't quicker. He's just not quicker. Even if he was, he wouldn't be quick enough. I don't think he's going to catch him. I think it's actually happening. I'm in awe right now. I'm in awe because I can't believe Fitzwater Australia has stepped it up in the back half of the season as much as they have. They wanted to fight for rank B, and now they may have just put themselves in the midst of the battle. Aren't now getting involved in the battle for a podium. I just thought Bauer was just going to maybe top 10, maybe a double top 10 for Fitzwater Australia. I'm in awe at the pace he's shown today. This is what? Season 3 Bowers? This is the pace we saw to Bowers in Season 3 when he had the chance at the title, but he lost it to his teammate. Dude, if I'm correct, he was involved with Adam Vincent on lap 1 at the finale at Yas Marina, and he didn't win that title. Bowers has looked so strong in many seasons, but the start of the season was such a slouch for him. It was such a very disappointing start to the season. A lot of people were very disappointed in him because everyone knows what Carson Bowers can do. Everyone knows the power he holds, but he never showed it this year. And now it's finally coming out. The Carson Bowers we all know and love is finally back. And he is back in full force. There's John Arndt making the move for P4. Scott Ganassi, they lost Ray. But that doesn't mean they have to lose the top 5. And Arndt's going to carry it for him after being on medical watch last week due to a possible concussion in an incident with Shepard. Now he's sitting here in P4. Could go after a podium before the end of this. That's so impressive. So many people are having surprise, very impressive runs this weekend. I don't even know what to say. There's so much to say about what's happened this weekend. The championship is closing down, but it's heating up. Jackson versus Rahal. Jackson doesn't want to give his spot to Rahal. He wants to keep ahead of him in this race so he can gain points. I can't believe it's happening. 3 to go! Fitzwater! Run, Fitzwater, run! I don't know what to say. Fastest lap of the race, obviously. It had to be that 39. Absolutely on fire, this race. It'll be Fitzwater's first podium of the year. It'll be Bauer's first podium of the year. It'll be Fitzwater Australia's first and second podium of the year. It'll be a top 2 for the team. There's Arndt. Bring it a podium, maybe. It might actually happen here. He might bring a podium for Scott Ganassi as well. Keep them in the hunt. There's so many big stories going on today of comebacks, of just devastation for the Trailblazer crew, trying to make up his rookie year for Ryan Griffin, trying to go for rookie of the year versus Alex Bignacco. Thundersport trying to bring it back into rank A after almost falling out. Fitzwater Australia almost falling into rank D, fighting with Red Stallion at one point this year, and now they're trying to hunt to a rank B. Fitzwater, 2 laps to go. Nothing can stop him now. And he's still pushing with all of his might. And you can see now Bowers pushing with all of his might to stay ahead. The celebration is going to be explosive. Because an underdog team is not only about to win, but they're about to top 2. There it is. That's the move for Arndt. That's the move for a top 3. Good job, Arndt. That's the move for Halleck to a top 5 to bring Thundersport a 4-5. You can tell my emotions right now. I am so amazed that this is happening. Anderson pushes Eric wide. That doesn't matter, man. You're getting a penalty. After what you did to Ray, there's nothing you can stop it. You may get all your points taken away. Because that's the usual penalty that they give out for something like that. Because he just punched him off track. But here we go. This is actually happening. I can't believe it. I'm not dreaming. White flag for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. His goodbye tour. In the start of Season 3, he announced that he would be winding down his career after a biomedical issue started to flare. And he predicted he only had a few seasons left after Road America this year. He announced this would be his final year of Sunoco Elite Series competition. It's been a tough year. No good results all around. It's been a struggle through the whole year just to finish out his career. And it's gonna make it all worth it. He hasn't won. He hasn't been to victory lane in 4 years. And he's gonna do it with his teammate right behind him. The teammate that's been with him since day one. What an emotional celebration this is gonna be for the driver of the 59. One last time down the back straightaway. Through the kink. 4 years since he won his title. 4 years since he last won a race. And through the last corner, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is going to take his 3rd career win, and he wins in Hawgenheim. It's a top 2 for Fitzwater Australia. I don't care that I'm voice cracking. What a race! And the Fitzwater Australia crew has done it, and Fitzwater, for what could be his last time, and he wins it. His last year, he gets the win. An emotional victory for the team. He'll cruise around the track. 1-2 for Fitzwater Australia. I can't believe it. This has been one of the most emotional races of the year. With some big takeouts, some big names making a name for themselves. The return of Fitzwater Australia. I can't believe it. No one could have seen a top 2 from the Rank C team coming, but they did it. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater Sr. You're back, buddy. You're back in victory lane. He pulls into the pits a winner. And there is going to be a wild celebration in the Fitzwater Australia garage tonight. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater Sr. What a race for him. It could have gone so wrong for him, but he stayed out front. He kept pushing onwards, and he stayed one of the fastest guys of the race, while the fastest guy of the race was his own teammate right behind him. And in his last year, he's done it again. 3rd career win for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Congratulations. The utmost congratulations for the Aussie. And although it's not going to be at his home track, where he's going to get his last win, which we all thought he would with how that team did last year, but doing it in Poland is probably just as great as Australia because a win's a win in your last year. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and the whole Fitzwater Australia crew is going to have a fun time tonight. Let's go look at your finishing results. So it's Fitzwater back on top for the first time in 4 years, taking the win in Hawgenheim. Carson Bauer second, John Arndt third, bringing home a nice podium for Scott Ganassi after the tragedy that fell upon Roger Ray. Caldwell in fourth, Halleck at fifth for a good race for Thundersport. Finneguy in sixth. Anderson, you have a penalty coming to you. He's going to be called to the steward's office, definitely. Monaco in eighth, Ray Hall ninth, and Paul Jackson will round out your top 10. It's not a bad race for Maverick, 9, 10, and 12. Griffin, if I'm correct, he's taken back his Rookie of the Year with that performance. And it looks like the fight for rank B is on now, as Fitzwater Australia just put themselves in the battle with that performance. Duncan, after starting all the way back near in 23rd, he dropped back to the rear of the field at the start and came back to an 18th place finish. It was a good race for him. It was a good hunt to try to get back to the field. Ravine 23rd, man, you're gonna lose it. They're now out of the rank B slot. Connor Monaco scores points for his first time since Vegas. Karenko scores some points. And it's unfortunate for Gatlin Downey as well. Man, some things just happen. And Downey, it's not going to be a good race for him. The Ford Alliance fell apart at the beginning of that race. Bubba Jones retired. I believe he was involved with the incident, Stu Cole. And it's unfortunate for some, but it's an amazing day for the Fitzwater Australia crew. 1-2-25. They still got to be pretty happy with that. And congratulations to the whole Fitzwater Australia crew one more time. But we're going to wrap it up here in Hawgenheim, Poland. We expect to be back here next year, as they were already planning to be on the schedule. So get ready for this track to return. But next time, we're heading to Bermuda. Portugal. In Portugal. The last super speedway on the schedule. A very interesting triangle-shaped track, a lot like Toddring and Pocono. And it's hosted some pretty interesting races so far. We'll see what it could do as we head there. It could shake up this championship a lot. Super Speedways have not been too good to Jackson this year, so he's now in his final test, which is going to be Bermuda and then La Colina. A Super Speedway, which he isn't good at, and La Colina, which has been his bad luck charm. Congratulations, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Congratulations to the whole Fitzwater Australia crew, and we will see you all in Bermuda, in Portugal. 2 rounds left in the championship. And we'll see you then. Ciao.